I just talked about the first generation and the second generation athletes of the 400 meters. Now we're talking about the third generation. This generation was more shining towards the late 2010, then coming to 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, around there. And we have athletes by the names of Sampao, Kiprono Kosgei, Boniface Moresa, Alphas Kishoyan, Boniface Musheru, the late Nicholas Betts, Moses Keretich, Colin Somai, and some of the athletes have even forgotten the names. I just know their names by their nicknames, like Dawa. Dawa used to be a very good athlete in the 400. So those are the people I'll be talking about in this phase, the third generation phase. So to begin with, let me begin with Moses Keretich was a 400 meter sprinter, and his personal best in the 400 was 46.2 seconds. And he was a very good anchor in the 4x400 meters. Always, when he was given the stick last, he used to like close in and pass people. It doesn't matter whether it's the national games or weekend meetings. Very good athlete. And in the year 2013, he represented Kenya in the World Championship Games, and that was impressive. Coming from a person running 46, he was number 2 actually in the trials, and that's how he ended up representing Kenya in the World Championship Games. Then also we have another athlete by the name Colin Somai. Colin Somai was a 200 meter sprinter, rather was a rugby player first, then he came in as a 200 meter sprinter, and then in a short period of time shoot up to the 400 meters, and he had a personal best of 45.19 seconds. I mean, when Colin Somai, I remember when he just came into athletics, he was really fast, because playing rugby and playing wing in the rugby, that means you are fast, and he used to win weekend meetings. He used to come, and remember that time I was also running the 200 meters. He used to just to come and dominate. And then I used to even ask myself, who's this guy just coming from nowhere? And just it doesn't happen like that. You don't just show up and dominate. You show up and you rise among the ladders. But this guy showed up, dominated. I remember also when he switched to the 400 meters, that very year he switched. That very year, actually, he made it to the national team, to the, I think, was it African Championship or African Games. He made it to the team, and that was really impressive. So like I said, he has a personal best of 45.19 seconds. That was back in 2017 in Nairobi. And also in the 500 meters, he has a personal best of 1:06.06 seconds in the 500. That's also impressive. He's a one-time African champion, bronze medalist, 3-time national champion, and also he's represented the country in the World Relays, the Pen Relays, the All African Games, the African Championships, and whatnot. The next athlete in line is Alphas Kishoyan, a very small athlete, but very, very, very dangerous when it comes to the 400 meters. Back in 2011 at the World Youth Championship Games, he won gold in a time of 46.58 seconds. The same year, also in 2011, the Commonwealth Youth Games, he won a silver in a time of 46.28 seconds. In the African Junior Championships, he won bronze medal in the 400 meters, and a silver in the 4x400 meters. That was back in 2016. He has a personal best of 44.75 seconds in the 400, and that was held back in Nairobi in the year 2015, if I'm not wrong. Yes. And also another astonishing event, or rather astonishing achievement by Alphas Kishoyan, is that at the semi-finals of the World Junior Championships in Barcelona, that was back in 2012, he ran his first solo 400 meters. I think there was a problem during the semis or during the qualifying rounds, but then a protest was raised, and he was allowed to run a solo run. He ran his first solo run in the 400, and he ran a time of 46. I cannot remember exactly the time, but he ran a 46 and qualified for the finals. in that same event.
Watch the Kenyans. They had a couple of great runners in the heats. We were very impressed with them, Martin and I. Oh my word, and somebody didn't hear the gun, and it's Kishoyan of Kenya. Oh, that's a disaster. There he is to write a picture, but surely he's gone, the Kenyan. What on earth happened then? He's desperately trying to get back on terms, but surely he'll pay for that in the latter stages. Croatian Ruzic, the big man there coming around the bend, and the Australian Solomon looking good too in lane 4. Solomon it is with Santos as expected there in lane 7, striding comfortably away. Little glance over his left shoulder. It's going to be Santos and Solomon in third place. They're good run.
Very unusual having to run on your own.
Oh my word, and it's Kishoyan of Kenya.
Kishoyan was expected to run within a qualifying time of 46.49 seconds, but did it even better.
46.46. So, by 300th of a second.
And next we have is Boniface Ontunga Muresa. Boniface Muresa, a very good athlete, versatile athlete, an athlete who runs everything: 100, 200, 400, 4x1, 4x2, and also the 4x400 meters. 2012 represented Kenya at the Olympic Games, and the finals of the 4x4 they were disqualified due to some technicalities. In 2015, the represented Kenya in the IAAF World Relays in Bahamas. In the 4x4, and African Games same year 2015, he was number 1 in the 4x4, or rather the team was number 1 in the 4x4 in the time of 3:00:34, and they were second. He was number 2 in the 400-meter individual race in a time of 45:01 seconds. Damn, that's crazy fast. And in 2016 also in the World Indo Championships, Portland, United States, he ran the 400 meters in a time of 46, and he was 5th. Also the same year, 2016, represented the country in African Championships, and he was 2nd in the 4x400 meters. 2017, following year, IAAF World Relays in Bahamas, and they were number 1 in the 4x400 meters. That's impressive. A time of 3:06:36. Then the same year, also the World Championship Games in the United Kingdom, so he was number 22. He represented the country also in the 400-meter games. The following year, after 2017, 2018 was the Commonwealth Games, and that was held in Gold Coast, Australia, and obviously ran the 400 and the 4x4, but unfortunately the 4x4 they were ranked number 6, and there was no medal, but still did not give up. Last year, 2022, before 20, so after 2018, 2022, Birmingham, that was the Commonwealth Games. He ran the 400 meters, and that's where he put his personal best, a time of 44.96 seconds. That was amazing. That was amazing from Boniface Muresa. And also they ran the 4x400 meters in Birmingham. And what position was they? I think number 3. They won a bronze medal in that particular event in 2022. 2024 spring World Indo Championships, Glasgow, United Kingdom. They broke the African national record, and also they broke the national record in the 4x4, a time of 3:06:71. And I remember it was Boniface Muresa, it was I think Tinega, also was who was this other guy, Zablon Ekwam, and the other one I cannot remember, but they broke the national record. And in 2025, this year, the World Relays that was held in China, Guangzhou, they were number 5 in the 4x4 relays, and they broke the national record as well with a time of 2:59:29, him and the team. And this year also he'll be representing Kenya in the Tokyo, that's the World Championship Games, so we have to find out how he's going to perform. But whatever I've just read, those are the achievements of Boniface Muresa as a 400-meter athlete representing Kenya. That's impressive. very, 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 very impressive. So the next two athletes I'm going to mention, this is Boniface Musheru and the late Nicholas Bett. These were 400-meter hurdles athletes, and as 400-meter hurdles athletes also, they were very good in the 400-meter flat. To begin with, the late Nicholas Bett was a very good athlete in the 400 meters, and he had a personal best of 47.79 seconds, which he acquired at the World Championship Games. That's one of his achievements. He's a World Championship gold medalist, two-time African Championship bronze medalist, and also one-time Diamond League champion, or the winner. He had a time of 47.79 seconds, and also in the 400-meter flat, he had a PB of 46.46 seconds. In the 800 meters, I think he had a time of 1:49.34 seconds. And Boniface Musheru, his compatriot, also in the 400-meter hurdles, was a very good 400-meter athlete. Boniface Musheru also was the national record holder in the 400-meter hurdles in a time of 47.78 seconds. So remember, the late Nicholas Bett had 47.79 and Musheru 47.78. Remember, that's the national record, 47.78, held by Boniface Musheru. So they were very good athletes and close athletes. And I also remember Nicholas Bett, the time 47.79, that's the time he won in the World Championship Games in the whole world. And speaking of Boniface Musheru, the 400 meters at the time of 45.07. Damn. He was really fast, and he was a very, very promising athlete. The time 45.07 was set in the African Championships in Morocco, and apparently I was there. I witnessed it, and I was impressed. As a 400-meter hurdler, running 45.07 is not easy. Apparently, Boniface Musheru was one of those great athletes that were not able to nurture their talents due to injuries. He had injuries that did not really do good for him. But this, so in this generation of the third generation I just mentioned, we had two athletes running 44 seconds. That's Alphas Kishoyan and Boniface Musheru. Then we have Boniface Musheru, a 400-meter hurdler, running 45.0. Then also we have Colin Somai running at 45.1. Crazy, that's a crazy time. And also we had athletes like Sampao, Kiprono Kosgei, very good athletes, Moses Keretich. These are very good athletes, and also they helped Kenya, representing Kenya in international events, you know, and helping Kenya to rise among the ladders, you know, in both the relays and also in individual events.